Welcome to 5 Minutes of Momentum. These episodes are a short 5-minute burst of inspiration, motivation, and massive action. If you need that little kick up the butt to get things moving and to inspire you to take massive action, then every single Thursday I'll be sending you through a 5-minute episode to download, digest, and implement to finish your week off strong. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. Hey lovely, thank you so much for hitting download. So I'm imagining if you've hit download on this episode, then you may experience guilt when it comes to taking a break from your business. And so I thought this would be perfect timing to do an episode on this, because when it comes to taking a break over Christmas, sometimes a lot of the guilt can show up. And this is obviously going to be a great episode to listen to at any point in your business journey when you feel like you can't rest or switch off and you feel guilty because you feel like there's always something to do. Your to-do list is always going to keep getting bigger. Always. There's always things to add. There's always things to think about. There's always planning that has to happen. Like, there is so much that we do within our businesses that I get it. I absolutely get it. And I've definitely had experiences where I felt guilty taking time off, and I felt myself needing to work into my weekends or needing to work into times when I would normally take a break because I either haven't prepared effectively or I feel guilty. And then I'm like, oh, I've got to do all these things in order to get ready for the new year. So if that's you, I get you, I feel you, and this is something that I want to support you with, because rest is just as productive as action and work within your business. And it took me a while to believe that to be true. I have definitely had a lot of my masculine energy drive a lot of my behavior in my corporate roles right into the beginning of my business because it worked. Hustle, 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 and putting all that action and doing all the doing, which is the masculine energy, absolutely supported me. It created amazing results. So when it comes to resting, when we have that belief that we either have to work hard to earn money, which is another thing I'm going to tap into with regards to money mindset, if we have the belief that we have to keep pushing and we have to keep hustling, and that's the only way that we get results, then it feels very hard to trust rest. Rest is so freaking important in your business. And this is where we've got to balance it. We've got to balance rest and action. We've got to have equal parts. We've got to have consistency with both. And there's definitely going to be times in your business where you're elevating more into action, and there's other times where you're going to be able to take a little bit more time off. So if this time over Christmas or whenever you're listening to this is the perfect time for you to rest, the best thing you can do is actually start to shift your belief systems around resting. That's where it first starts. That you've got to see rest as recharging, as rejuvenating, as actually being productive. Now, the way that I perceive it for myself, for it to feel worthwhile and truthful, is that I look at rest as a way for me to restore my energy in order for me to be the best version of myself within my business. Without rest, without recharging, without resetting, I cannot be the best version of myself in my business. And I end up taking action from a place of push, from a place of hustle. And in my experience, that hasn't always generated the best results. And it hasn't always generated the results that I really wanted from a perspective of feeling good about what I'm doing. So when it comes to really trusting in the feminine and leaning into that rest and recharging, the first thing you want to do is recognize where that hustle energy is coming from. Why do you believe it's the only way for you to gain results? And if you haven't built trust within your feminine energy to support you and guide you in where you should be taking action, it's most likely if you haven't even experienced what it feels like to be in flow. So I feel the difference now because I've worked on this over the last couple of years. When I'm in my feminine energy and when I take action after I've had rest or after I've taken time out to really recharge and give myself white space, just literally space to think and be without having to do anything, so many ideas come through, so much clarity, so many breakthroughs come through that it supports me being inspired to the action that I get to take. Whereas if I've just been stuck in the hustle energy, I've been pushing so hard that it's almost like you lose track or you lose focus, you lose your North Star, and then you end up just taking action because you think you have to. That's not the energy that I want to bring to my business or to my clients. So what we want to do is actually just shift that and be like, hang on, how am I allowing myself to be in my feminine energy, to rest and recharge, so then I can be aligned with the direction of where I want to go, and I can take aligned action that will support me in achieving incredible results. Plus also, it's tapping into really high vibrational energy that allows you to attract more rather than push. That's also where I've built such trust and belief in the fact that when I'm in such high vibrational energy, which only comes from rest, recharge, being in touch with my intuition, really feeling in flow and in that beautiful positive energy and being in a high vibrational energy, that's when I get to attract incredible results. And that's where I've had so many instances happen this year where I'm like, holy hell, like look at this proof of how the energy matters. And so it's so important that we want to balance both. Whereas if I'm taking action and pushing, it's a completely different energy and it feels hard and it feels exhausting. So I hope that really benefits you to really think about and shift that mindset around hustle. The second piece here is guilt. Like, what's the purpose of guilt? So when we really think about the purpose of the emotion of guilt, guilt is actually an evolutionary emotion that we have in order to prevent us from doing things that we've done before that caused harm, or that we have remorse on. So when we took action or did things that didn't really feel in alignment with who we were, and it's an evolutionary need, and it prevents the society or human race from killing each other, right? We need to feel remorse when we've done something bad. So what I do whenever I feel guilty and I'm not present, usually that I'm thinking when I'm taking a break or I'm spending time with friends or family, and in my head I'm like, oh my God, I've got to do all this stuff. I've got to take action on those things, or like my to-do list is getting bigger. I recognize that I'm actually not being fully present. Secondly, I remind myself that I haven't done anything wrong and that the time spent here will be beneficial. And so I reset myself to be like, how can I be fully present here to receive the goodness that's going to come in these moments, whether it be recharging because I get to laugh with my friends or feel seen and heard, or, get the support that I need, or whether it's just time out of my business and then when I get back into my business, I feel recharged. Like, whatever it might be, how can I actually be fully present here to receive that? So that when I do step back into my business, I can take more powerful, aligned action that will support me to move forward. So shifting that element as well and recognizing that guilt, you don't actually have to feel it. You can choose not to feel it. When you recognize it, you can be like, hey, why am I feeling guilty? Have I done anything wrong? No. Then where's my head right now? Can I step back into the present moment and choose how I want to feel instead? Because you don't have to feel guilty. And then the last little thing I want to speak on, I know this is going to go over a little bit of time, but the last thing I want to speak on is often we can feel guilty because we've built relationships in our business that aren't fully serving us, and we're most likely stepping into our helper energy or giver energy or rescuer energy, and that's where we're believing, really what it comes down to is believing that we have to keep giving in order for our clients to succeed. And that's not always true. We've really got to shift that and have a better relationship with our clients where we're trusting that they know how to take action, that they know how to support themselves, that they have all the resources that they need within themselves in order to be successful. We're just holding up a mirror, we're supporting them, yes, and we might be creating things for them, which is amazing. And we want to be obviously conscious of staying on time deadlines and all of those things. But there's no point in you feeling guilty if you're in the time when you're having rest and recharge and you can keep thinking, oh my God, what about my clients? Are they going to be okay? You've got to believe they're going to be completely okay. And that's where sometimes we've got to remind ourselves like, hey, our clients are resting too. And so that's why I take such a long break over Christmas, is because I know that my clients want to take that break too. And it's the best time to really fully switch off. So I hope that this episode has served you, and I hope that you really think about implementing this within your business and supporting yourself through stepping into your feminine energy, trusting that feminine energy, and reframing guilt, because it does not serve you to sit in that guilt. It doesn't make you feel good. You don't get anything out of it. It doesn't serve you when you're not in the present moment. So get yourself into that present moment and enjoy. You absolutely deserve it.